afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the first ever coronation of our Miss Chinese Boston. So as many of you know, the Chinese actually has been involved with the United States of America for the longest time. The American Revolution actually started because of Chinese tea, right? Chinese tea, right? And when George Washington liberated Boston in 1776, there actually is an oil painting in one of the older buildings here that shows a Chinese person watching the parade of George Washington and his troops. But the official arrival of the Chinese in New England actually was to North Adam, Massachusetts, to work at the shoe factory. And this was back in 1870. So some of us have been in Boston for the longest time, like me. I've been here for over 50 years. And as far as I know, there has never, and I repeat, never, been a Chinese American 501c3 nonprofit organization to sponsor a contestant to the Miss Chinatown USA pageant, which is the 52nd anniversary. It was originally started in San Francisco in 1953, and then it really changed from the Miss San Francisco pageant to the Miss Chinatown USA pageant in 1958. So we have never, and Hung can probably verify that, we have never sponsored a contestant to represent Boston, but that's about to change. So without further ado, let me introduce to you the president of the Chinese American Heritage Foundation, Esther Lee, who will say a few words.
Thank you everyone for coming. My name is Esther Lee. I'm the president of Chinese American Heritage Foundation, CAHF. So for our logo, that's not on there. It's actually 6 words, which is 3 pairs of words, which is in English is past, present, future. And for past is the Chinese American Heritage Foundation promotes the recognition, appreciation, and celebration of historical contribution made to the United States by citizens of Chinese heritage. So for the history part of the past, we did 2 floats in Rose Parade. One is to honor our Chinese Transcontinental Railroad workers, and the other one is to honor our Chinese American World War II veterans. So this was the history that we did in the Rose Parade in 2019 and 2020. Present is what we do today, Miss Chinese Boston. As Wilson has said, this is our first one, and we're going to be crown her as the 2021 Miss Chinese Boston. It's to develop goodwill ambassador for our local and national Chinese American communities by guiding young women through a personal, professional, and cultural development program that encourages a showcase of oneself in her best light. And last but not the least, the future. As we moving forward, we will continue to make sure these precious histories are not lost through the weather of time, but to share with our future generation. And for Miss Chinese Boston, we will continue to develop and empower role models for the next and future generation. So right now we'll have our Vice President, Chang, to introduce Miss Chinese Boston.
Was born in Beijing. She graduated with double majors in statistics and physics from UC Berkeley and a master's degree at MIT. Now she works as a consultant in Boston. She is very involved with social impact initiatives. As an MIT alumnus, she is a board member of a nonprofit MIT Chinese Entrepreneur Organization and co-founded Startup Connect, an event series aiming to build a startup ecosystem that fosters meaningful connections and conversations. She also likes to use performing talent to promote Chinese culture on stage. And when I And now, without further ado, let's all welcome our Miss, very first one, Miss Chinese Boston, Vanessa Guo.
So for the crowning ceremony, we'll have Vice President Chang present Vanessa with the official sash. Official sash. President Esther will crown her with our first crown. They own you, sure.
Thank you so much. It's been a really honor, and I feel really honored and privileged to become the first Miss Chinese Boston, especially during this time we're like all in a pandemic and we're transitioning to a new normal. And I feel extremely honored to have this chance to represent Boston to compete in the Miss Chinatown USA next year, this upcoming year, Spring Festival. And as what I just said, I really love to use performing arts to represent Chinese culture. Part of my performing arts interest has been involved with opera singing. So I will be performing my opera singing talent on stage this upcoming Spring Festival. And as the 2021 Miss Chinese Boston, I would like to participate or organize community events in the below three areas. So the first one would be to promote Chinese culture. The second one would be promote areas of events where I can be more involved with mentorship in topics of women empowerment and Chinese culture in general. And thirdly, which is one of my passions, I will want to continue to be involved with initiatives in the entrepreneurship space to create a better ecosystem for our Chinese entrepreneurs and connect Chinese entrepreneurs to the greater community. And last but not least, I would like to say thank you so much for the Chinese American Heritage Foundation for sponsoring me. And if you all wanted to get involved with the legacy of continuing women empowerment, Chinese culture, all of these, and want to be more involved with more events such as Miss Chinese Boston, please consider donating money and be more supporting us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Vanessa. We're so really honored that we have a number of honored guests. Vincent's the past national president of the National Association. Oh, maybe you guys take a picture first.
You want just yourself? Take some more pictures, and then maybe we can have families or group if you guys want to take pictures with her.
You want to, Chris, you want to take a picture with Vanessa, you and Cool? Guys,
No, how about the whole family?
the three of you. Picture time first. Picture's fun. Thank you.
So we are here, everybody is fully vaccinated, just to let you know.
Esther.
Sure, okay, hang on, one picture. Okay, one picture, 1, 2, 3. Okay, all right.
Okay.
All right, okay. All right.
I am so sorry. You know me, I'm foolish and I make mistakes all the time. We're so honored that the current Boston City Councilor and our future state senator, Liddy Edwards, is here. Oh my God.
Wow, it's such an
I
honor.
apologize. I am so sorry. Please say a few words first. Let me take a picture with Vanessa.
Sorry. You hold it on the side. First of all,
First of all, congratulations, Vanessa, and I know you'll represent us well. And you're going to, I just came in the middle of some of your comments, and what you're going to represent and also promote is beautiful and wonderful, and it also will fight against a lot of the anti-racism and to make sure that Chinese culture and history and our contributions are spread around the country. So thank you. And you're also very beautiful. So I am honored to have just been elected on Tuesday. And I want to say thank you so much, especially to Chinatown, that I won overwhelmingly, 80%. Chinatown came out, and it was a wonderful moment to see us stand united together to make sure that we not only make history, but we're also going to revive and make sure that Chinatown survives and thrives in this moment. I already sat down and talked with business owners. We talked about tourism and bringing more dollars here. We talked about jobs. We talked about making sure that Chinatown is going to live forever for generations to come. And I'm so honored to fight for this community, and I just am so grateful, and thank you so much. But again, this is your night, and so I just came by to actually meet you and say thank you, and I'd love to get a picture with you. I'd be honored.
Of course.
Thank you.
And actually, as one of the initiatives that the Chinese American Heritage Foundation is doing, we're actually going to be participating in the annual Martin Luther King breakfast. And Vanessa will be joining us at our table. We're going to have at least 2 tables of Asian American leaders. So we're going to have solidarity with our African American brothers here. Let's give another hand of applause to our leader elected senator. Thank you so much. All right, so why don't we have...
Okay. Now next.
Did Chris
Vincent, would you like to take a picture?
I'm not going to say no. I want to say one word.
Eligible bachelor.
Vincent, he used to be the he was the second most eligible bachelor until I got married. I got married and you became the first.
Come on.
And Vincent is the national president of the National Association of Asian American Professionals.
Vincent has been very supportive to
Vincent
our
has been
events
incredibly
too.
great.
Yeah.
He's got a book coming out. You want to say a few words?
What's that word about? That one have to hold lower. Yeah.
So yes, it's very cool. For those of you who don't know me, I have 2 books. I was self-published, but my 3rd book is coming out this week. It's a young adult, engagement fantasy, and all about empowerment because it's called Pharaoh is One of Us. So it'll be out this week. It's got staying on social media. I've been up to literally 4 a.m. in the morning in the past few days editing and the artwork all coming together. So it's a 5-book series. So 5 books are coming out in less than 1 year.
Oh my. Stand up, it's fine. It's fine. So next up is the past president of the Chinese Consolidated Benevolent Association and respective leader Hung Gung and his brother Vincent Chi. Both of the Lions Club. Why don't you guys go up and take a picture?
Take a picture, yeah. I know, Vincent needs.
他們佢高過你嘅，你咁矮。
3張啊。
Tiptoe.
One, two, three. One, two, three. Okay.
Take a picture of Miss Chinese Boston winning.
Great.
Okay. You want to take your mask off and leave it on up to you, Woody?
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Look at Esther. Look at Ryan. Look at Ryan.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it. Okay.
Linda, you want to take a picture, Linda? Oh, of course. We love
You hold it.
Linda, wait half an hour. Please need to talk. Let's everyone get a cheer. Kidding, Woody. We love you, Woody. We love you.
Please stand to the other side. Stand to his other side.
Oh, Vanessa, you can stay close.
That's okay. No, it's okay.
Among the Benevolent Association about the great queen, which I predict, and you all support me, you are going to be the queen of Miss America.
Whoa! Soon.
And Gloria, I like to make this decision. And I'm looking at you. You are good inside and outside. Music, MIT background, you can't miss. And I know you folks are saying that they are looking around now for somebody suitable for you. Somebody, we don't have to beat around the bush. You have a lot of talent, and I'm saying the same thing that I told my two sisters. Above all, have some partner in your life that is financially responsible. That is the most important thing. And I have to say this about being here with my friends. And I consider all members here my friends because I've been here so many times. And my only regret that when I was in my second year at Yale Law School, my dear friend Jerome Cohen, he happened to be the clerk for Chief Justice Warren. That is the top job of a law student. And he said, and this was in 1955, before you were born.
I was moving, but anyway.
And Jerry told me, he said, Woody, he says, China is coming ahead. I want you to come with me to learn Mandarin. I said, Jerry, can you imagine a black guy speaking Mandarin in the 50s? I wish I had. But I have the spirit, the culture, the food, and the love of the ancient civilization. It's not just the language that you have. It's not just the food that you have. It is a civilization. And I want to commend you, and we're all with you, and good luck in all of your endeavors. Thank you. Thank you for letting me speak.
Thank you very much. Everyone knows that we just had our Miss America. So Linda is a former assistant district attorney in Suffolk County. She's an incredible MC.
With Wilson in 1991, I was Miss Commonwealth of Miss America pageant.
Really? Oh, wow! Brilliant talent.
I will give her all of my tips.
So I think you know that we're very competitive. We're really in it to win it. Even though it's our first participation in the Miss China USA pageant, we are really in it to win it. So don't be surprised when she comes back. San Francisco. Yeah, San Francisco on February 12th, I believe.
I just want to say one more thing for the Miss Chinese Boston. We actually have the director, we have a program director and the program manager. Actually, they both are Miss Seattle. And they did also ran for the Miss Chinatown USA. So they have a lot of experience that they can share with Vanessa. So we are very honored to have them. But right now, one is working in Seattle and one is working in California. So they won't be able to come here, but they'll be here in January. So we might be holding another event, and you guys are going to meet them. And we're going to see Vanessa again, and hope we can, see you guys in next year.
Okay, so anybody, Kathy, you want to take a picture? You want a picture, no? Sure?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, one thing, Ryan, your mom and dad, yeah, you guys take a picture. Anyone else who hasn't taken a picture? Come on, Ryan.
I don't blame her.
Your mother's like, no, you're not going there.
Alright, 1, 2, 3.
So in the weeks ahead, Vanessa will be visiting some of the family associations and the civic associations so that she can get a little acquainted with what's going on.
Yeah, very nice. Okay, I'll take it again then.
Okay, I guess that's the number time. Did we miss anyone? Did we miss anyone? You sure? Last call for pictures. Okay.
Okay.
All right, Esther, shut this, and then we'll take a picture with her, and then we have dinner. Are you stand on one side?
What's your hand?
Let's have my hands in the front.
My hands in the front too.
My hands are in the front as well.
Oh my goodness. Uncle, you're really bad, you know that.
All right, Vice President, Chang,
Okay, why don't you
Vice
join us?
President, why don't
You
you
stand
join
next
us?
to Vanessa, and I'll stand next to my wife. Just so I can put my hand in the back and not have to.
Don't even go there. Don't go there.
Even David, you can come in too, okay? No, my sister-in-law is not coming in, so you can take one.
Everybody sit down too, Chloe. Chloe,
And I'll take your picture.
I'll take a
Chloe, you
picture.
sit down, Chloe. Chloe, you sit down.
My sister-in-law can take, I'll share with you. Chris.
It's okay, it's okay.
Yes.
Where's Chris? Stand behind your wife, Chris. Chris, stand behind your wife.
It's a musical chair. It's a musical chair.
Sit on the left.
We're all good?
All right, we good? One, two. Ready? 1, 2, 3, cheese. Oh, can I get your hand to go down? Okay, 1, 2, 3, cheese.
Adrian Marcus, why don't you guys get it for one picture, no?
Okay, one more. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Okay, dinner time.